Previously on the Barbershop Connection, we sat down with the owner and CEO of I Love Being a Barber.
I've talked to a lot of barbers and they have good product ideas, and I'm like, yo, so what do what's the next step? Take it from idea to implementation. You can have a great idea, but if you don't do nothing about it and do it for a consistent period of time, it takes work. You might have an idea trapped inside your head. Man, put it on paper. Write it down on paper. There's something so magic that happens when you write it down.
The Barbershop Connection. Real barber, real talk. The Barbershop Connection. Real barbers, real talk.
Hosted by Texas Barber Q. Barber Q. Barbershop Connection.
What's going on, my people? It's your boy Texas Barbecue representing the Barbershop Connection. I'm coming back with you today to make another cold connection. I got my man on the line, the big homie, the big Texas homie, my man, Mr. J. Espy. Say what's up to the people.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Yo, what's up going on, man? How's everything been for you?
Everything's good, man. Everything's real good down here in South Texas, man. Enjoying the nice weather right now. Just getting over this little Barber Games hangover going down.
Yeah, you killing us, man, because we got wet, cold, and rainy weather in Houston.
I always have a good time on Word on the Street, and that's Word Up. You know what I'm saying?
Already.
So look here, man, let's go ahead and jump into this thing. Let the people know your story. We want to know about J. Espy and how you got going. So how did you fall in love with barber?
I'll tell you what, man. I've been in the industry over 20 years now. It started when I was a young buck, man, just like a lot of us. I was 14 years old. I was in high school. Not a lot of positive things going around me in the area where I was raised, you know what I'm saying? And, I had this next door neighbor. His name was Romeo, man. He was one of them dudes. Everyone got them everyone remembers that one dude that had all the girls. He was the football star. You know what I'm saying? That happened to be my next door neighbor, man. And, Romeo, he saw me cutting up my own hair, man. And one day he just said, cut me up, and I'm like, well, shit, man, I only, cut up my own hair, And, he said, no, man, it looks real nice. It looks good. You know what I mean? I know you can get down on me, so let's do it. So, I started cutting him up. Took me like 2-3 hours, sometimes at the beginning. Next thing you know, all his friends started coming around, and, I started seeing how it was changing these people, the way they thought about me, man. They started seeing me as someone they respected, someone that, allowing them to look good, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. When people started coming to me for their special occasions and stuff like that, it kind of hit me like, you know what, man, this is what I need to be doing.
Yeah, it is.
So that's how it started, man.
Yeah, that's how it happens, man. I mean, a lot of times people see you one way, but once you start being a barber, barbering is such an old and respected profession. People just view you different once they know you cut. People that you may not have even ever connected with, they're going to connect with you once they find out you're a barber, and then you can go hard with it. Because I've seen your Instagram. You go hard with it, so I know why they're coming. I can see why they're coming.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot more to it. I mean, I've got to meet you in person, man. We got to hit it off, and you know what I mean? I see you doing your thing as well. I enjoy everything. I enjoy, seeing you work, as well as, the way you see me doing my thing, man. But, my story goes way back, man. I told y'all just about the roots, man, but, it didn't actually start there, you know what I'm saying? I kind of went down the wrong road, right after that. I was a young buck trying to come up, seeing people doing stuff around me that, wasn't necessarily legal at the time, man, you know what I mean? And, back in '02, bro, I got 2 hot ones, bro. I got shot twice, man, and, a lot of people don't know this. Of course, my family, my close friends do, and, it was something right there. I had to make a decision, man. I had to make, a pivotal, decision in my life where do I want to go this way or that way? So haircutting, man, on some real, man. I mean, I can't be, more realer than this, man. It kept me out of trouble, and it allowed me to provide for my family. You know what I mean? I'm a father of 6 kids, man. You know what I mean? So, I had to do something, man, to, stay positive in not only my eyes and not only God's eyes, but in the eyes of my children as well,
Right. And that's a good way, to show. And I like to talk a lot about legacy, because I was fortunate enough to go to a barber school when I first started. There was a legacy. And I ended up going to his barber instructor school, to a school where I actually met you at. Another school that was a legacy, a school that was in business for 107 years. So
exactly.
I like to see people out there getting it like that, to bring their kids up and bring them up to show them, you know what, you don't have to worry about these streets, because there's other things out here you can do. Even if you don't want to cut hair, I'm showing you can go from a place that's not so good, and you can be yourself, and you can become somebody. And that's the thing that all our kids need to see nowadays.
That's the absolute truth, man. I have a seminar that I run. I was actually in Houston, Texas at the Bure Live. I don't know if you heard about the hair show Bure, the Beauty Under One Roof. I was actually at that show. I had my seminar. My seminar is called BALANCE. It's an acronym. It stands for Believe, Achieve, Learn, Avoid Negativity, and Create Experiences. Now, with my own experience, you know what I mean, I'm able to, and I do focus on the younger, barbers or soon-to-be barbers, because of the fact that, they are our future. And right now, I don't know if you've seen some of the other stuff I've been doing. I have a thing right now called PANEL. Now, PANEL, it's a petition against non-earned licensing. Now, this is big right now. It's hit the legislator. I got the senator of the state involved. TDLR is involved. And, I'm trying to focus on these younger students right now, because one thing that a lot of barbers don't know right now, especially a lot of us seasoned barbers, some of us barber vets, right, the integrity of our trade is in jeopardy, bro. So right now, with the petition that I am holding, I'm getting the attention of the legislator. I'm getting the attention of some of our politicians. I'm getting the attention from, the Texas Department of License and Regulations, which is basically our barber laws. And right now, my petition is in full strength. Right now, we have a problem not only in Houston, Texas, but all over the state of Texas with these non-earned licensing. There's people out there getting plugged up with these fake documentations, and guess what? It's actually legit. So there's a loophole going around right now with the Department of License Regulations, which they have caught. But now I'm starting to warn these people. It's not me coming after them. It's going to be the state. They're going to put an end to this, and I'm just an ambassador for my region. You know what I mean? So, I need some of these people to be on the lookout for this, because it's not fair for these students to go over there and sacrifice, this year they have to go to school, 1,500 hours. Some people, they lose relationships. Some people have problems with money. Some people can't be traveling to school every day. So they do this ultimate sacrifice, yet these other people are going over there and paying, pennies on the dollar for this fake license, and it's just not right,
Right. And, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here, and this is just my personal opinion. This is barbecue. I ain't going to say it's barbecue. This is Quentin Guillory, his opinion. Everybody started off from somewhere, because I started off cutting hair and neighbors' kids and friends of mine and all that in high school, similar to your situation. And I didn't have a license. But when I knew better, I did better.
Well, I'll tell you,
where my hang-up comes in at is when people find out that you can do better, go ahead and do better. Make the sacrifice. Put something into your craft that you want to work and get better, because if you don't, you're going to only find yourself as a shop barber. That's it. You're never going to become an educator. You're never going to become a platform artist. None of these companies are going to deal with you to let you represent their brand if you're out there bootlegging. So when you know better, do better. And I just encourage anybody that's not licensed, go ahead and put in the sacrifice and get licensed.
And I've got hit with that question. You know what I mean? Well, hey, Jay, you weren't licensed before you started cutting. And you know what? They are right. Now, here's where people get it twisted. I'm not talking about the journey, okay? Now, everyone has a different journey to get that license. I'm talking about the people that have no desire whatsoever, to get, obtain this license legally, the way we did, the sacrifices that we did, you know what I'm saying? So people get that little twisted. I'm not talking about the journey. I know people have different circumstances, and I'm not talking about them. My thing is plain and simple. If you could, and right now, okay, part of my seminar is it's a social media seminar, the ins and outs and do's and don'ts, okay? Now, one thing a lot of these young, people are doing, they're putting the word barber by their name. Now, us that went to school, that know the trade, that know the integrity, and also know the history and laws behind, cause it's a rich, history. The barber's got it's hundreds of years. And these people are throwing barber next to their name like if it's, just a word, and that's all I'm saying. I'm just trying to throw those people because of the fact that we live in the social media era that, they can put on social, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm just throwing out random names, Joe the Barber, Marcus the Barber, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? And they're putting the word barber by their name. All I'm saying is they don't have that right. They're not entitled to have that next to their name unless they did the 1,500 hours, passed the test, and, are official. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And I totally agree with that, man. I mean, I 110% agree with you on that. And the one that kills me a lot is you catch some barbers that they'll hurry up and throw Master Barber on their name.
Oh, man.
But they can't cut straight hair. They can't color. They can't really use the razor really good, but you're supposed to be a quote-unquote Master Barber. Yeah. I feel like a master, when you're a master barber, that's saying something about you. That's saying about your technical skills, what you can do, and just to bring it down to a real simple level, if you're a master barber, you should be able to perform each and every single solitary chapter that's in that Milady book. You don't have to be perfect at it, but you need to know how to do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
That's where it falls apart at, because they'll say master barber, and all they're doing is fall, fades, and papers. When that's only a small piece of the pie of what barber.
Be sure to take time and subscribe to this podcast, The Barber Shop Connection, hosted by your boy, me, Texas Barbecue.
Barbering is a big pie. I mean, it's a lot that we can do. We got manicures that's actually going to get added to the barber exam, the practical exam here in January. Manicures are going to be added. The cosmetologists have been doing it for years.
Exactly.
Schools are starting to teach pedicures now. So we got facials. We got the stuff for the bald guys. We definitely got the color. We got the fades. We got scissor cutting, razor cutting. I mean, it's so much that we can do out there as tonsorial artists. And if you don't know what that word means, y'all need to get on Google and look it up, tonsorial artists, and find out really what a barber is all about. And the industry has to get back to that.
Well, I'll tell you what, my boy RC would love that you just said that, okay?
Shout out to Mr. RC.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. RC. that's my man. Shout out Franklin Barber College. Yeah, man. That's where I met you, and it is good because one thing on my promotional tour, with the Barber Games, I know we'll touch base on that in a minute. But when I was on my promo tour for my show, I got to touch with a lot of different barber colleges, a lot of different barber schools, and I can tell about the integrity of how they're being taught, you know what I mean, how enriched the knowledge is, with some of these schools. Some not as much as others. Some have a passion, some don't. But the thing is that's where we need to get to the bottom of, man. We need to get to the schools and make sure these kids are being, taught right, you know what I mean? And not just cutting. There's so much involved. That's why I get so upset with these people calling themselves what they're calling themselves, because they don't. I can tell someone randomly the colors of the barber pole, and they cannot answer me. And I'm like, wow, that's what they teach you in day one of barber color. That's the straight fundamentals, So right there, it just like it takes me for a loop. You know what I'm saying?
And if you ask them what was the original colors of the barber pole and when did it actually change to red, white, and blue, a lot of them can't tell you.
Ooh, there you go, man.
Yeah. A lot of them can't tell you that, but there's a history there, and they have to learn to respect that history and see the craft as more than just something to do to make some money or make money on the side. I mean, it's some people like you and I, this is how we feed our families. This is how we send our kids to college. This is how we pay bills. So we care about this more than just a fly-by-night something that we're doing. This means a whole lot more to us. And in both our situations, and I won't tell my story right now, but in both our situations, I mean, barbering saved our life.
Yes. Absolutely, man.
Saved our life. So, I mean, I really can't say it no stronger than that. Barbering has saved a lot of people's lives and has took people that should have ended up in jail, incarcerated somewhere, took them into being millionaires, take them into being $100,000 heirs, and took them to places that they never thought they would be in, the countries they never thought they would be in, all because of barbering.
That's right. And, another thing too, man, I mean, I don't knock anyone's, swag, their culture, the way they talk, but, the people, they always, using being a barber, keep saying it's a hustle, it's a hustle, it's a hustle. They need to start, just being proud enough to say it's a career. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a job. I learned this from my man, D.L. Master Barber, man. He's a mentor of mine. And we touch bases. He flies down here. I fly up there. I know him on a personal level, man. He taught me this one thing, man. He said job means just over broke. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be just over broke. You know what I'm saying? I got a career that's taking me to new heights. I just opened up my third barber shop. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting my instructor's license as we speak. You know what I'm saying? So, it's gotten to me to where, you know what? I can't just view it as a hustle because I feel like I'm limited, what I'm trying to do. I feel like when you say hustle, it's basically just money. You know what I'm saying? This is a career, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be just over broke.
Right. We cut careers and we running businesses. We're not just running what they say on the streets. We're not hitting licks. We're running businesses.
Exactly.
I feel you on that. Well, man, let's touch bases. Tell us about the Barber Games. And I got to apologize. I was out of town when the last Barber Games came around. And I couldn't make it. And I was so upset, because especially after I seen the pictures that Franklin Barber College put up, I was so upset because I was like, man, I should have been in the house. But I will be there next time and put my boots to the side because I'm going to have me a boot. Yeah,
you missed a good one, man. We had about 1,800 people in attendance this year, so it jumped up from last year. I was at the convention center here at the island. Now, when I was out there promoting, I was promoting it more as a barber vacation rather than just a regular barber expo. And what I mean by that is, if y'all never been to South Padre before, it's beautiful, man. Year round, you know what I'm saying? I had Schlitterbahn sponsoring me, so I had 100 rooms that they sponsored. So I was getting in a hotel room, and I was putting people in 5-star resorts. I wasn't putting people in no La Quinta, no Motel 6. I was putting them in 5-star resorts for $80. You know what I mean? So, that was just one of the perks from coming down here. The Barber Games went really well, man. People ask me about how that started. I got a condition called diverticulitis. It's a stomach condition that I have with my intestines. I'm in the hospital. I'm in the hospital twice a year for it. This one time, man, I was in the hospital for a couple of weeks, and straight up, man, I was bored out of my mind. I told the nurse to give me a pen and a pad, and I just started working on little things. I got me a venue while I was in the hospital. I got me 2 sponsors while I was in the hospital. By the time I was out the hospital, I was promoting for my show. And right now, it's a household name down here. It's the biggest barber battle in the state of Texas. I had 168 people competing. Had 60 vendors. It was dope, man. I mean, I had a fantasy hair and makeup showcase. I had a Grammy award-winning artist performing. Had a musical artist this year. His name is DJ King. He's a lead singer from Cumbia Kings. Like I said, he's a platinum recording artist. He got the Grammy. I mean, you don't see that at a barber show. You know what I'm saying?
No,
no. You know what I mean? I had the Barber Games out there in bikinis. You know what I'm saying? You had something for the fellas, man. I mean, I had a little bit for everybody, man. So
yeah,
it went down, brother. It went down, man. It really did. Go ahead.
When's the next one coming?
Well, they're in October, so you just missed this one. So next October, I'm thinking October 20th. It's not an official date, but it'll be around there. It'll be either that Sunday or the Sunday before. So I'm aiming for October 20th. So hopefully, man, everything goes the way it's supposed to. I got a lot of people on my side this year, man. Babyless, Babyless came out and, helped me in a big way. Jay Majors came down. He was one of my hosts. You already know who Jay Majors is. He got the biggest barber expo in the world. He laced me up on a whole lot of game, about some, some ins and outs. And I mean, basically, Jay Majors, before the show's even over, he's ready hey, Jay, next year we need to do this, we need to do that. So, I mean, he knows it was a good show for him to be already talking about next year, you know what I'm saying? So, we had a great time. I had some great guests, out there, man. Everyone who competed. A lot of things that people don't understand, man, is down here in the valley, bro, we got a lot of talent down here. A lot of people in the valley don't travel, so you don't really get to see them too much. That's why I'm having such a big show down here to showcase my people, so people, so the world can see them, you know what I mean? So.
Right, absolutely. And just remember, everybody, you heard it first here on the Barbershop Connection, October 2019 Barber Games. So get ready. see me there, see Mr. J there. We gonna get that thing popping. I can't wait. Are you gonna have any educational classes the next go round?
Absolutely. This year I had Paul Mitchell out there. I had Lacey Lady Barber. She was helping me with my education classes. DL was doing his thing. Like I said, he's a motivational speaker. He put, throws a lot of business out there. For some of these people that are already kind of graduated to the next level, which I like, man. You got to have a little bit of for something for everyone. For the youngsters, for the people that are mid-level, and for the people that are already on top, man. Because there's never no way to stop, man. You got to keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I have my social media seminar that I have Balance, the one I explained earlier. It's going places, bro. A lot of people are starting to invite me to their schools and to their shows and stuff like that. So, I got a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, definitely we'll have an education next year at the show. God willing, everything goes as planned, man, and everything's looking good. For anyone that want to see anything, some of the recap, I will be having videos coming out. www.barbergamesouthpadre.com. You can hit me up on IG, JSB79. I do own the real UGK Barber Shops. I got, I'm official. There's other UGKs out there. I got permission from Mitchell Queen, who's the founder and CEO of UGK. So, you know what I mean? It's going down, man,
That's what's up. Miss Queen, that's Bun's wife, right?
No, Mitchell Queen, he's actually the founder of UGK, man. He introduced Pimp and Bun. Him and Pimp C had a rap group, before Bum B came in. Bum B was with Port Arthur Militia at first. And man, they got a great story, man. If you ever have some downtime, check that out on YouTube. Mitchell Queen, that's my man. He got an album dropping. It's called The Foundation. Obviously, he's the foundation of UGK, and I've been a big fan since I was young, man. So when he blessed me one time, saying that it was cool for me to rep, my shop the way that I am now, you know what I mean? I let him know, man. It was cool because, like, I was telling him I was a fan, but I'm talking to him, and he's just a normal dude, man. He's just like me and you, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So, exactly, man. It humbled the shit out of me, man, and, just kind of, like, kept it going. He says, as long as you keep it positive, you got my blessing, brother. So I was like, man, let's do this.
Yeah, and I've been following UGK, man, since I was in high school. The first one
there
I
you
had
go.
was the cassette tape.
Exactly.
And I used to bump that, man, and that was my stuff. And actually, I'm really good personal friends with Pimp C's widow, Shanara Butler.
Yeah, she's been through the show.
Friends, we did a whole lot together back in the days with her cosmetic line she was working on, and I just know all the people because I'm from a town right next to Port Arthur, which is called Orange, Texas. So shout out to Fruit City, Texas, the home of Seattle Seahawks NFL Super Bowl champion Earl Thomas. But,
that's right.
I grew up in that area, man, and I know all those cats. I've at least seen them. I don't really know them personally, but I've seen a lot of those guys growing up, and I've seen where they started to where they got to. And that's just so inspiring to see guys that come from basically the same circumstance you came from that actually got somewhere. Yeah,
that's right, man. It just... I like, I tell my wife this all the time, man. We try to help out so much people as much as we can, but I always tell her this, man, and I don't mean any negativity on it, but, like, we can't save the world, you know what I'm saying? But, man, if I can touch 2-3 people every time I have a seminar, if I can touch 2 or 3 people every time I have a show, I did my job, you know what I'm saying? Like I did what I had to do, you know what I mean? Like, cause we can't save them all, you know what I'm saying? But we can touch a couple, you know what I'm saying? So, I just always keep it like that. You know what I mean? As long as I did that, man, it's very gratifying. You know what I mean? And when someone hits me up, on the side, they inbox me, man, Jay, man, you're such a, it's inspiration. You motivate me or something like that, man. Believe it or not, man. I mean, like I said, it humbles me to death, man. Just knowing that I'm out there. I mean, I'm not a young buck no more. You know what I'm saying? I got grown kids right now doing. Yeah, man, my daughter's running a great clips. She does hair right now. She's up in North Richmond Hills in Dallas, and she's running her own store. She's 20 years old. She graduated high school, got her Cosmo license, and she's out there working right now, man. So, shout out to my daughter, man. She's doing big things, Jaden, and she shows me her sheet, man. She be doing like 25, 30 haircuts a day.
Wow, that's what's up. That's money. Money in the bank.
Yeah, and I hear these dudes over here complaining.
But hey, to be successful, you got to be here. Half the problem with everything, they never there. So if you there, you gonna make the money.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. About the shave gel that you had, man.
Oh man, I made some noise with that one. We're the only distributor in Texas. Of course, it has the activist label on it. You know what I'm saying? It's the promethazine shave gel. Well, it's promethanol. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's a gimmick. The gel, the bottle. You know what I'm saying? It's real tight. It's an H-Town thing. You know what I mean? And it's going good, man. The shave gel I actually can't live without. The gel, it's a regular hold, but of course it's in that little pimp type bottle. You know what I mean? But the shave gel, man, is the truth, man. If you ever get your hands on some of that, man, it's pretty good. Like I said, you can hit me up on IG, Facebook, whatever. We ship all over the place, and we get you some of that. You know what I mean? We do have wholesale prices too. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, it's a Texas thing, man, and I'm selling it. I'm selling out boxes at a time, man. So
that's
it's
what's
good
up.
stuff
That's
though.
what's up.
It's really good stuff though, man.
Yeah, that's what's up. But hey, man, look here. I don't want to hold you long. Give everybody your IG and give them the location of all three. Count them 1, 2, 3. And for my Latin brothers, uno, dos, tres, barbershops. Tell them where everybody is.
Yeah, we at 2500 East Price Road in Brownsville, Texas. We're also located in Harlingen, Texas, and we have a location in Eagle Pass. Like I said, everything's going good. My IG is JSB79, and on Facebook you can find me at Jacob Espy, and I should be the first one to pop up. You know what I'm saying? Add me. I'm very responsive, and like I said, man, I'm all about networking. I'm talking about from the smallest dude to the biggest dude, man. So hit me up. Get that networking going, man. Get that marketing going. That's all I'm about, man. You know what I'm saying? And we can make some things happen.
There it is. And, hey, that was the Barbershop Connection. That's how we connect. We don't care if you big time. We don't care if you just start out. We going to connect because at the end of the day, we all barbers and we all love what we doing. So we going to make sure we connect and keep it moving, baby. And I was
Barber love.
Boy Jay Espy in here. Enjoyed it, man. I had a blast with you, brother. Good information, man. I'm telling you, every interview, I keep learning more and more and more, and you guys are giving me life and giving me motivation.
There you go, man. Barber love. I'm out.
All right, now, people, today's lesson is going to be about selling and upselling. A lot of people don't know the difference, especially barbers. We have a big problem with our upsell techniques. The cosmetologists, they beat us to the ball for years and years and years because they sell the products that they use. They sell maintenance products, post products, and pre-products to their clients. That's something that we haven't been doing as barbers. So let's get into the technical stuff first. When you sell something, selling is said as the ability to transfer goods or to render services to another in exchange for money. That's your basic haircuts. That's your edge ups. That's your beard lining. Your basic service that you're giving to a person every day. That's the basis of selling. Now, when you upsell, and there is a difference. When you upselling is actually a sales technique. Some people are very good at that. If you look at Wolf of Wall Street, movies like that, you see people that are really good at selling techniques. Upselling techniques is defined as a sales technique where the seller induces the customer to purchase a more expensive or upgraded item or other add-on with attempt to make each visit or service more profitable at the end of the day in sales. Think of it like this. You go somewhere to get your oil changed. You going in, the oil place is selling you a regular oil change, $19.99. That's most places, $19.99, $24.99 to get your oil change. Once you get the oil change, they always, without a doubt, I hate it, but I understand what they're doing. They come in to upsell you something. They're going to upsell you a filter. They're going to say, hey, your filter's dirty. They're going to upsell you a filter. They're going to upsell you a better oil that's going to make your engine run smoother, run quieter, have a lot longer longevity out of your engine. They're going to sell you wiper blades. They can sell you a coolant flush. They can sell you to top off the coolant in your car, to top off all your fuel, your liquids in your car. And they even get down to they'll sell you an air freshener. Just long as they can get you to go over that $19.99. That's something that we got to start doing. And the good thing of it is they're not selling you something that you don't need. They're selling you something that you actually need that's going to increase the life of your car. That's going to increase the way that your car performs, the way that it handles, the longevity of your engine. The longevity is going to make your gas mileage go down. It's all these things They're actually selling something that's beneficial to you. So, like I said, cosmetologists have been doing this for years. Barbers, we have to put down the mustard and catch up. That's my own little saying, so y'all can take that, you can use it. We have to understand what's going on in this industry now. This industry is really starting to merge. Barbers and cosmetologists in just about every state I can think of, the industries have merged or they're in the process of merging. One of the things that we have to do to increase our sales is we have to learn how to upsell things. So you have two techniques that you can use to upsell to someone. Basically, I'm not going to say techniques, but I'm going to say it's two topics that you need to understand to be able to upsell to someone. Number one, you're going to need to have your basic sale out the way. You need to understand what your client wants when they sit down in your chair, which means you're going to have to take time to get to know that client. Know what they have going on. Know their lifestyle. I'm not going to sell a man unit to a guy that is an underwater diver and he's constantly wearing hard hats. That man unit is going to look like crap after 2 days. Versus I may sell him something else that will help him, like a scalp conditioner or something to help with flaky scalp, something to help with hair dryness or odor in his hair because of the type of work that he does. You have to get to know about that, what your clients have going on. Learn about your clients. You want to find out what do they have long-term goals that they have, and you want to know about the short-term goals that they have. Long-term goals are stuff that's health-wise, where you're taking care of the skin, the hair, and the scalp. Bottom line. Next, you want to learn about the short-term goals. What do they have coming up? Do they have a new gig that's coming up? Are they going to be attending a celebration? Do they have certain goals they're going for, like a new job or something like that? That gives you an open door to sell them things that you normally wouldn't sell them. If someone's getting ready to go and say they're getting married in a month, they want their pictures to look good. Now you can sell them an enhancement. You can do the little inked up hair fiber enhancement on top of something else because they want their self to look picture perfect. You can hook up their beard if they're a little older like myself and I may have a couple little grays. If I get married and I'm going to take pictures at my wedding, my kid's wedding, a friend's wedding, and I'm in the pictures, I want my beard to look nice and black. So now I can sell them a color. Look at their skin. You have the ability to sell them a facial. Extractions, if they have razor bumps really bad, you can get the hair out and let that calm down and look cleaner when they go take their pictures. Also, some shops in some states are allowed to offer manicures and pedicures. Here in Texas, we can do that. If that's something that they're getting ready to go do, they're going to a fundraising event where it's going to be black tie event. You're going to want them to look 100% when they walk in the building. So that's things that you can sell them. And that's a good way to upgrade and increase your ticket as you're going in. You also have advanced barbering services that I'm not going to get into right now, but those are things that you can always sell. You can upsell them, and it's adding benefit to that client, which is the catch for it. You have to add benefit to their life. Now, when you're doing these upsells, you need to make sure that you practice your pitch. You don't want to go in and sound crazy. You're not using the right language. You're going to sound like you understand what you're talking about. People are going to be turned off by that. You want to make sure you sound good. So practice your pitch. Practice makes perfect. In this situation, it definitely practice makes perfect. You're going to want to upsell things that you can attach to your normal services that you already provide. Use the correct terminology with it. Don't just say, man, I can clean the bumps out your face. Explain to your client, educate them. Hey, look, you have a pseudofolliculitis. This is what's causing that. This is how I can fix it. And this is a product that you can buy after we get done here at the shop that you can use in the morning. A facial scrub, a beard oil, beard wash, something to make the skin more supple so the hair has the ability to come back out the skin. That's how you do that. You have to have confidence and you have to have your product knowledge on point. You need to know what you're selling, because don't be someone that's kind of shysty and you're selling things just because you have them. You don't want to give them that. You don't want to sell them something that they don't actually need. Make sure that they need what you're selling. Also, show them how to use it. When you sell something to a person, you should definitely show them how to use it. Most places that we go, we buy things and we have to get someone that works there or someone to show us what we're buying, how to use it properly so we get the most effectiveness out that product. Next, always explain lastly and keep hitting it home. How is this product benefiting my client, and how is it enhancing the life of my client? Bottom line, education, selling versus upselling. Get it together. Upsell, upsell, upsell. It's going to increase your bottom line. It's going to increase the profitability of your business. I hope it all works out for you great. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me a message on barbershopconnection@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to elaborate on anything or answer any questions that you have. Thanks for listening. It's not about perfect. It's about effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. That's how change occurs.
Barbershop Connection. Real barbers, real talk. Barbershop Connection. Real barbershop, real talk. Barbershop Connection. Real barbers with real talk.